Hello dear children, welcome back. I'm Hemant Devre. I'm again back with the remaining part of the lesson, the major landforms of the earth. We are going to learn about it. Already in part 1 we have learnt about the processes of the earth, the endogenic process, exogenic process. It means the internal and the external processes by which these landforms are occurred on the earth. And now today we are going to learn about the remaining part. Okay, that is the yesterday we in the last part we have learned about the mountain and all the types of mountain, fold mountains, young fold mountains, volcanic mountains and all. Now we will learn today about the different types of the land features, and that is we are going to learn about plateau. So what is the meaning of plateau? A plateau is an elevated flat land. It is a flat topped tableland standing above the surrounding area. Yeah, actually it is called a tableland, low level. Okay, tableland. So a plateau may have one or more sides with steep slopes. Steep slopes are there. The height of the plateaus often varies from few hundred meters to several thousand meters. Exactly, everywhere the height of the plateau you will not find in the same. Okay, the Deccan Plateau in India is one of the oldest plateaus. Yeah, exactly, the Deccan Plateau. So the Deccan Plateau is the oldest of all the plateaus in India. The East African plateaus in Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, and the Western Plateau of Australia are some examples of the plateau, or we can say the elevated flatland. Elevated flatland. Kindly keep in your mind. So these are some examples of plateaus where we can see some great waterfalls and all. Okay. So the moving to the next landform, that is plains. So how these plains are formed? I have already told you about the rivers coming from the mountains. They carry sand, silt, and alluvial soil with them, and they deposit on the banks of the rivers. And there, these plains are formed. And these plains are a large stretch of flat land. Yeah, exactly, flat land. They are generally not more than 200 meters above the main sea level. From sea level, we measure the height of the land, altitude of the land. So that is, they are not more than 200 meters. Some plains are extremely level, externally level. Most of the plains are formed by the rivers and their tributaries. Okay, for example, Ganga, Brahmaputra. Okay, these are some plains. So also you should know this: Punjab plain, Ganga plain, Brahmaputra plain. These are why, because they are formed by the rivers, like the names I have taken, Ganga and Brahmaputra, and they have certain tributaries as well. Okay, so because of them, they carry the sand and silt and they deposit on their blank banks and all, and that's why these plains are formed. Most of the plains are formed by rivers and their tributaries. So kindly keep in mind. So generally plains are very fertile. Yeah, plains are very fertile because alluvial soil is there, and that soil is having good humus quality and very good for the crop cultivation, and it is also known, plains are also known as the granary of that particular country. So you can see the picture here. These are plains. Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and all of these areas are the plains of India. This is, we in India we have the northern plains because they are situated at the north side of the country. That's why they are called northern plains. So, and they are called southern plains at the south of the country. All right. So this is what we have learned today about the plateau and the plains. In the next part, we shall learn about the remaining part of the lesson. I urge you people, kindly keep your textbook with you while watching all the videos. Thank you so much and have a nice day.